Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. Is it really about board games anymore? And I'm going to talk a bit more about all sorts of things in the life that cut through us. Maybe like a knife, or maybe they poke you in the ribs with a fork and those three little bits, or maybe they're scooping bits right out. This is getting macabre anyway, I'm not going to shout. This and that, it's what I'm talking about. This and that, well, I'm not gonna shout. Hello, and good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are, and I hope you're generally having a fantastic day. Today is Bezzy Beats and Briefer Blether. I am Bez, and I'm going to make some beats with my mouth, and I'm going to have a wee bit of a blether. Today I am in my garden, and I might actually try and show you, if I can, some spiders. But yeah, beyond that, there's not really any topic. It's just a case of me sharing what's up, talking about how things have been, and if anyone's got any questionably quick questions or any normal questions, then please chuck them into the comments, whether you want to ask me about my latest Kickstarter, um, and there'll be time for me to ask you a couple of things as well. But first, let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. So, yesterday, yeah, that was a day. I mean, I think, yeah, yesterday, so I found out about the drama of all the things, of all the gamma people, board game people are people make drama. That wasn't good. So that kind of sapped a lot of energy and yeah, knocked me out. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I kind of did read up on stuff for a few hours, and then I spent the rest of the day just kind of immersing myself in social media. I did manage to get out and make a meal, so that was good. And hello, Alex. I hope you are generally well. Um, I hope that you are having a good day. And I am going to try and show you a wee bit of the garden. Talking about, yeah, recent highlights. Let's see how good this camera is. Can I actually get it so that you can see the spiders? Because there's a lot of spider webs. Um, yeah, can you actually? I think you might be able to see a little bit of that spider web in the sunlight. I don't know if you can. There are three spider webs behind each other going from that chair table. And that table, we played it on Sunday. These spiders here are very industrious. It's very impressive. And then I came by, and already today I've decimated, yeah, I've decimated like four of them. And Alex, enjoy your walk in the sunshine, of course. If you want to listen in or however you choose to engage, that is absolutely fine. But let me try and see. Okay, here's spider web, spider web. This is bigger than my head. A lot of spider webs are big. And this is something that the spider did. Spiders all around. There's like fantastic spiders, amazing spiders. Um, yeah, maybe that. Don't know if that's a good view, but yes, this is what it's like. Does whatever a spider web can. um. So yeah, it's like I could go and sit down at the table, but then I'd feel bad about destroying at least three spider. No, wait. there's 4 spider webs attached to the table, and I need to go through 2 of them. So I'm just like, you know what? Just for today, let's leave the spiders be, because it's not as if, yeah. Although, yeah, I should get to use the garden even if the spider webs are here. But that's a recent highlight, just seeing the spiders. And also, I watched an episode of Buffy yesterday, and also I made a nice meal. The wee bits of it went to George. Hello, Trizwiz. Thank you for joining, and I hope that you're generally well. If you're there, then let me know what are one of your favourite games. Do you play board games? Do you not? And anyone else lurking along, do you play board games? What is one of your favourite board games? One of my recent favourite board games, I think I mentioned, was a prototype made by Ellie Dix, where Ellie Dix made these amazing, ingenious glasses out of Lego, and with the prisms, it reversed everything left to right, and you're racing to create towers out of these colored blocks, and it's just it is probably the most fun activity to do when you're overcoming unusual challenges. So here, the unusual challenge, of course, being the vision impairment, and then putting things on top of each other, balancing blocks. That's a fairly normal thing, and so yep, it's a fantastic game. But that feels like about right for my question, for my recent highlights. And so now it's the time that I encourage you. Do you have any questionably quick questions for this next section? My instruction is to give me a little question. Do you want to? This very. Oh, I thought you were riffing off my rhyme. But yes, those glasses were. My prediction is that it leads to disorientation, and it is quite a marvel, and those glasses were wonderful. And Alex says, I've seen glasses that flip up and down, but yeah, these glasses that flip left and right were even more confusing, for me at least, because up and down, you kind of adjust it in your brain more easily. You know more easily what is up, what is down. So if you see yourself going down, but then the left and right, for me at least, was definitely more confusing. But anyway, if anyone has any questionably quick questions, please go ahead and ask them while I talk about a brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Today, the brilliant thing I'm going to talk about is spiders. I really like these spider webs. Again, I'm not. Yep, you can just about see the glimmer, I think, of some of these spider webs. I wish I had a better camera, but let me go off and maybe try and show you one. Here's, yeah. I think that spiders are just fantastic. Like the artistry of the spider web for me is just a marvel. I think that spiders are just so industrious, and we have so much to learn from spiders. I think spiders are fantastic. Spider webs inspire me, and I enjoy having them around a lot. We do have a questionably quick question, which is, if your phone could house an accurate AI of any person, alive or dead or fictional, who would you pick? Ooh, interesting. So my phone has enough. So presumably, it has enough processor capacity to have the AI of one person, and then let's say that it could be anybody, but maybe because of licensing fees or whatever. Now, is the person going to be upset at now being an AI, or are they quite accepting? Because you've got the whole, Black Mirror thing where people are like, oh my God, I'm trapped in this thing, which I don't think. I mean, yeah, I think that some people, I could imagine them just struggling to come to terms with the fact that they're no longer human. I think that I would want someone who's already going to come to terms with that easily, someone who's going to give me some good advice along the way. Probably not Navi from, or whatever the fairy's called, from that Ocarina of Time. Because I was thinking, someone who gives you good advice, and then my thought went to them, and then it's like, yeah, they do give you good advice, like, hey there. But, their advice is quite scripted. I the first thing that comes to my head is Boyle, Robert Boyle, 17th century chemist, or yeah, someone who can maybe give me good advice, and someone who's instrumental at creating the scientific method like that, I think they would have a lot of stuff to say about how life is right now. Um, yeah, the other, I would want someone who is quite caring, like someone who's actually going to give me good advice rather than being a bit malicious and pretend that they're giving me good advice. Imagine that, like the AI that pretends that it likes you, but it actually gives you terrible advice. Actually, let me sit down on. Yep, I think I can sit down here for a moment. Although, yeah. So, I am going to say, hmm, I'm going to say Stephen Hawking because Stephen Hawking is already familiar enough with the modern world. I wouldn't have to explain too much to them. I feel like Stephen Hawking seems like a nice person. They seem like they have good humor and they would probably accept their new position in being an AI relatively easily. So that is my answer. Stephen Hawking. I would go for Stephen Hawking. So at this point, over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to. So what are you up to? Is there anything that you've planned, whether it's frivolous or serious or exciting or boring or anything? So what I've planned today is just to do a whole bunch of drawing. I didn't do any drawing yesterday because I just did not have the energy. So today I've got to catch up. I've got to spend a good number of hours doing that, but I am going to be back as usual at 4 p.m. chatting to I wanted to say Sarah, and then my mind started thinking, is it Sarah? Is it Sarah? Is it, and what's their surname? I can't even, anyway, but it's Sarah from Big Girl Games. I'm fairly sure it's Sarah. Anyway, so Sarah and I are going to play one of Sarah's games and play a wee bit of it. And then 8 p.m. I'll be back for some sort of Tip Top Tabletop Tuesdays, hopefully. And even if I'm drawing, that'll give me a bit of a break. I'll probably do something where we don't need a top-down camera because make it easier for me. Let me just focus on the drawing today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a lot of creatures. You might call them wee whimsical creatures. I've got to draw at least 16. And yeah, 9 of them I've been given description of. I want to try and do alternates of them, so like maybe 18 and then a remaining 6, so that's 7 even, so that's 25. And so yep, hopefully I will get all of that done today. We will see. And then I'll send it off to the peeps and hopefully they will tell me which is better. That's what I'm up to. What are you up to? And if you're watching and you're like, what does Bez want to know about me? My question is, what color are you wearing today? I'm wearing red, but there's also a wee bit of white. As you can see, I've got white buttons, and at the bottom of my dress, I've got a little bit of white fabric. So I'm wearing mostly red, but a wee bit of white. Oh, and I guess my spectacles as well. So I am wearing blue. One day I am going to treat myself. Maybe after I've fulfilled my next Kickstarter, I might treat myself to some new glasses. And then I can truly be wearing red and nothing but red. Although I would also be wearing translucents. You don't ever really wear nothing but one color if you want to be really pedantic about it. Anyway, so that is me. I have been Bez. I have been in the garden. And yep, today there was no topic. I just blethered. Oh my gosh, there's a strawberry. Look, a tiny strawberry. It's not very ripe. Maybe I shouldn't have plucked it, but you can see this teeny tiny strawberry. Mm. Ah. Sorry, that was very sour and very bitter. So, in recap and wrap up, I sang a couple of songs. Alex popped in, talked about not doing much yesterday, did Buffy, watched Buffy, talked about drama, talks about spiders, talks about I would have Stephen Hawking as an AI, and then that's it. That is pretty much the end of the show. Oh my gosh. Well, I am just wrapping up because I need to get going with drawing, but yeah, I think that's probably at your end because my signal seems to still be perfect. I did see your question and I saw this question and I chatted about it for a while. I pondered 17th century chemist Robert Boyle, but I decided on Stephen Hawking because Stephen Hawking knows modern stuff, seems friendly, seems to have a good sense of humor, seems to be someone who would be nice at giving good advice. And so, yep. That's that. So that is me. And my question to everyone else was, what color are you wearing today? And then I talked about how I'm wearing red with little accents of white. If you want to check me out, I am basically Stuffed by Bez everywhere. I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for popping in. Thank you to all my backers. And thank you to all the people who are patient on me. Thank you, Alex, for asking that question. And yep, I am going to be streaming. I need to actually sort out this link. This is it. It is working, but I have extra bits to add to the links. But yeah, I am basically streaming every day at 10 a.m. pretty much, except that next week I'm skipping at least a day, and I'm also streaming Tuesdays, most Tuesdays except for next week because next week I am going to Berlin for BerlinCon. So I'm going to skip next week and also skip the following week. For now, if you want, share, spread the word. Let me double check. Yeah, we've got 3 people, so let me have a wee. And Alex is wearing blue and grey. Hello, Ian. I hope you are having a lovely day. And thank you for the wishes. And so, for now, there is very little to say. I'm going to go onto Twitch to check out. Let's go and say hello to Tati Panda if you're watching on Twitter. They are apparently just chatting. So the last thing that I always like to say to everyone is lots of love. Ian is wearing blue. Apparently, blue is the color of the day, except for me. But I hope you enjoy it and you don't feel too blue. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye. So this place we're reading, it's basically just a message, but it seems worth checking out that message. And so for now, lots of love. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye.